All right, so today we're going to, you'll be learning real quickly about some early kingdoms of India. So your essential question is right there. What was the impact of the early kingdoms of India and what were their characteristics? So moving on, right, so in the beginning, right, you have from 1500 BCE up to 320 CE, you have divided small regional kingdoms. In about 1500s, we've talked earlier with the foundations of Hinduism. You have the Aryans establish themselves with the Harappan Valley, some in the Punjab region, and they spread east and south, establishing communities throughout the subcontinent. And this, is the foundations of the Vedic age. However, but in 520 BCE, what you studied in Persia, Cyrus Archaemen brought increased Persian trade with this Vedic age, and in there, they bring new techniques of administration, and the Vedic age practitioners and regional kingdoms start utilizing this. And in 327, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow, you get the Hellenistic introduction with the Alexander of Macedon invading, bringing chaos and destroying political organization. All right, first one we're going to talk about is the Mauryan dynasty, which temporarily unified India. Mauryan dynasty starts in 321 and expands over into which is Afghanistan up here, but it also precursors with everything that is down here. So the Deccan Plateau, the Marathas, and so on and so forth. And this moves into Ashoka. Ashoka obviously did a lot of things. He's a very colored past, and there's a lot of historical debate about Ashoka, whether he was the wonderful Buddhist convertist who spread monasteries and missions throughout Asia. He did. However, he converts this after the horrific unification battle. I forget where it was, but when this happens, he creates public works and central treasury, and then this moves and helps move Buddhism throughout South Asia, which we talked about previously in another lecture along the Silk Roads. Now, Mauryan Empire falls to the Greek speakers in Bactria, which are the Hellenistic heirs from Alexander the Great. This lays the foundation for the Kushan Empire, but the Bactria region is up here, modern-day Afghanistan, and then this lays the foundations for the Kushan Empire. However, notice they never take down in here, this region, You have several regional kingdoms that happen in South India, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, what happens after this is you get another unifying, which moves, you notice they come like 100 years after the fall of the Han. In South Asia, you get the Guptas. The Guptas learn from the Kushans, they learn from the Mauryans, and they leave selective provincial governments in power. It's a very stable time for South Asia. It also, one thing I really want to highlight here is once again, below the Deccan Plateau in south, this is very Dravidian in area. There's never a setup by the Guptas. Notice the Guptas are in north. The Guptas would have been heavily influenced by Hinduism, but also Buddhism has a stronghold up in this region too at this time. So what you have here is the Guptas, in the north, which would be more of that blend of now you're getting Central Asians coming in, and you're also getting some Persian influence and some Hellenistic influences, but this is a classic empire of India. I hope this has helped you. I hope this has also been able to, you can come all the way back to the slide, to the first one. One moment. Is this one, what was the impact of early kingdoms on India and what were their characteristics? I think you can answer that, and I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes. Good luck. Have fun. You'll have an exit quiz, and talk to you soon.